Today, guys, I have found something absolutely incredible. Massive on-chain data is pointing to that we are about to see a huge short squeeze to the upside. And not only on-chain data is telling me this, but also other technicals on the charts directly are starting to line up. I will show you exactly what I have found and if it's too late to take still a trade. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here on this Wednesday. Again, almost forgot which day it is. I'm sorry for this that has happened. It's happening all the time here for me. So we jump directly into the charts. Don't want to waste here a lot of time. Just want to move this over so that I see what's going on here. And also this, gonna move this over. So now we are good to go. So here on the CME chart, we have now finally filled the CME gap. We went all the way down on CME to $102,700 approximately before we got a rebound back here to $105,300. Also, the spot chart is around $105,000 currently trading, to be exact, $104,900, which is okay because we are above key levels that we need to hold. And here that CME gap is now fully closed with an upwards push that usually means also follow through and continuation. But it's not only the CME chart that's showing me early signs of a bigger move brewing here for Bitcoin. No, it is also on-chain data. So when I go here to CryptoQuant, here I'm looking at the Bitcoin stablecoin supply ratio. So every single time when the ratio is going down, you see that price is starting to slowly increase and push back here into higher levels. You can see this over here in April on the 6th, where we basically bottomed and then started to move up here. You can also see this when I go here all the way over here, the 14th September in 2023, where we bottomed out and then price went to the upside. And now we are again at the bottoming point where the so-called SSR is coming here to a bottom and price starts to ramp up and go back to the upside. So, but not only this is the signal that I'm looking at, I look always for confluence. You should do the same when you are analyzing the charts. You want to look for confluence. Here's another indicator in alignment with that, and that is the seller exhaustion constant. So, and here every time when you see this red line spiking to the downside, that means sellers are massively exhausted and the market is massively oversold. So we have to get a corrective move to the upside. The only question that remains then is this a sustainable move back to the upside or just a dead cat bounce and we roll over and continue to go lower? So here in this specific scenario, there are technicals on the chart that are telling me, no, this is a sustainable move back to the upside because of the way that we spike down here. I just need to move my microphone a little bit to see this a little bit better here. So just look at this massive spike to the downside that was here on the 6th of November. Sellers were not that exhausted in these levels since here the, what is this, most likely the 10th of, what is this here, 6th of September. So not even the 10th of October drop got sellers that much exhausted. And then the last time before that was here 6 years ago. 6 years ago that sellers were that exhausted compared to the September drop here in exhaustion. So that already tells you that there is something massively brewing under the hood for Bitcoin right now. So now when we are going into the weekly chart here, we are potentially setting up for an indecision candle for this week, which would be absolutely fine. I would love to see this, that we are closing the candle as it is. And then next week's candle is pushing it back into the $112,000 region that I mentioned here now multiple times. And I start, in my mind, thinking that I sound like a broken record. So, but this is what I'm seeing here. And on the daily chart, here we are about to reclaim the $105,300 level. If we can close above this level today, we don't even have to go higher than that. Just closing there today would lead to a continuation pump into the golden ratio here of $106,700 and $106,300 respectively. And from there we need to see if we have the strength to continue to pump here straight away into higher levels, or if we start consolidate around these levels and then get the continuation. On this chart here, something that you need to keep in mind, and that is somewhat of a warning sign. I actually saw something funny. Somebody said on Twitter today, if I'm all the time bullish. No, I'm not all the time bullish, you know. So this here is a warning sign, you know. So you cannot say that I'm all the time bullish if I show you warning signs of a potential death cross coming in here, because this is the 50 moving average coming down on the daily chart, and here the 200 going sideways. So if price is not coming up here quickly, really quickly, to around $108,000, then we are running into the potential of getting here a death cross by not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. Could happen earlier if price makes here a downturn and gets rejected from the $106,000 level here, from a downward sloping resistance line. Then this could accelerate, and that will also push the 50 then faster to the downside. Something like this would then be happening here. So, but if price comes up here now in the next 2 days, back to the 200 moving average, and only retests the 200 moving average, you don't even need to break above it. We only need to retest it, and then start consolidating here above that dashed upward sloping trend line and the 200. That could be enough momentum that is building up here to push us above the 200 and prevent the 50 of creating that death cross. And then what we're gonna see is that we are getting a bounce of the 200 from the 50, and price action continues to move into higher levels. I actually have to look quick where I have this. I wanted to show you guys something before I move on. Let me see here. So let me see here. There we go. So today I have something really special for you guys. If it's loading, it takes a little bit. So while we are waiting, I can move on here. So now on the 1 hourly time frame, we see price action starting to push here into higher levels. I have actually also multiple trades running right now that I can show you here in a minute. Why are here again only 44 people, 50 people? Guys, smash up the like button. We need more people on the stream. I don't know what's all the time wrong here. Yeah, I don't understand what's happening here with the views on YouTube. It's insane. It's insane. So, but yeah, anyways, the downward sloping trend line here was now broken from this descending triangle that we have formed, and we had actually hit the target. I warned you about this yesterday and said there is the potential, if we start breaking down here, that we run into this target and then come back to the upside, and this is exactly what happened here. And now from the indicator perspective on the 1 hourly chart, we are running a little bit out of steam to push here higher, but it looks like that bulls want to push here one more time to like 105,800, 900, potentially $106,000, and then we will roll over, come back down here into these areas, retest as a support, and then you get another move into the direction of $110,000. So now we can talk about this. You see now over the last days and weeks how highly accurate we are every single time here on this channel, and I have done something which I thought I will not do again. I have reopened my mentorship program, and you'll find the link pinned in the chat and also in the description of the video. I'm not taking everyone, guys. I want to mention this here, but if you are tired of trying to figure it out all on your own, and then just fill out the mentorship application below. I'm not pressuring you to anything, but if you're serious about this and want to find out by giving the right answers, if we can work together, then go and apply. You know, like I said, I'm not working with everyone. I take a handful of people right now that I want to help to make money here and teach new strategies like this one here. I'm just going to show this to you guys for a second. This one here. So this is a new strategy, and I was already trading with the strategy only today 3 times, and I'm up like $700 in an hour, you know, and I did not use a lot of money for this. So I used like I have actually to check on this one now. So I used basically $800 every single time on a trade like that. You know, with $800 I made $700 today in an hour by just playing around. So then these are the kind of strategies that I'm teaching right now in my new program. So yeah, go to the description if you want to find out if you are one of the potential candidates that I want to take here. Now let me go back to the charts. Here, this trade was also just given yesterday. You would be technically not too late if you still want to take that trade on the 30-minute chart. But there is a high potential that we are coming back down here at least once to retest the 50 moving average and you get a better entry. So why would I definitely get into this trade right now? Really, really simple. And I don't have to explain this a lot. The 200 moving average is coming up with the 50 moving average going sideways. I just want to make sure if these are the right indicators because I think it's the other way around. Oh, whoa, there's the 21. Okay, 21 and the 50 then. And the 100. Why are these so weird? Let me change that. Anyway, a golden cross is coming up there. Okay, so 50. I think that will not change a lot, but let's see. What are we talking about here? Okay, okay. Not really changing a lot. I was right. So here, this looks like that we are starting to see a fake out from that death cross here. And this is the other thing that you want to see. Where the 50 will come up again, crosses over the 200, and you get continuation into higher levels. But in the meantime, we could see one more pullback here to the 200 moving average. So I just want to make sure if that is the right color for the, yeah, 200 moving average, yeah. So that could be happening, that we get one pullback here to like $104,000 before you get the real continuation here. So therefore, I have to make the stop loss a little bit bigger without losing the ratio here. 1 to 3 is fine. So yeah, so you have a 1.22% stop loss, which is still fine. And almost 4% move now to the upside here to $108,700. That would be the trade setup. So we adjusted this a little bit based on the indicators that I did not know was the 121. But overall, the trade is still the same. Now, if you want to take this trade, guys, I say this every single time, do it on Weex. I'm up here $16,000 on this account. It was yesterday like 6 or something when we did the stream. Also here, you get $30,000 just for signing up and sign up bonuses. Plus, if you bind your phone and email address and download the app, you get $500 immediately credited into your Weex account. And if you deposit another $500, so this is the first time you deposit $500, you get an additional $400 on top. So there you have already $800 absolutely for free, where you can potentially go and use that strategy that I just shown you on Bybit, implement and make money. You know, so you basically go into the mentorship, get the $800 from Weex, have already $800 to trade absolutely for free and make money off that. So, and if you deposit the $500, you'll get access to my free Telegram, and my private and free Telegram. And here we're already killing it. You know, Solana was one of the trades that I'd given today. Now I would not enter this anymore. It's already running. But this was one of the trades that was just given here today, as you can see. So there also in the description, you'll find all the steps that are needed to get access to this group. If you cannot message me on Telegram, on Twitter, you know where to find me. And otherwise, info@amcrypto.us. Here, on the liquidation levels, one reason why I believe that we are also getting here a short squeeze is that we are so close to liquidate 100x leverage positions right now. And that is definitely bringing us to like $106,000 at least by today. We just opened a new 4-hourly candle anyway. And yeah, we are looking really, really good here to get at least a push in the next 24 hours to the 200 moving average, which would be around the $108,800 level, which would close then our trade that our trading setup from the 30 minutes chart that I've just shown you. And the liquidation levels below us from the over leveraged longs, they will gradually start to take profit here the higher we are pushing. So I don't think that we are going to see here a rollover back into these levels. So and I see that here we are starting to push now. So I need to adjust quick my trade a little bit with my strategy. So I cannot show you what I'm doing here, unfortunately, because like I said, that's part of my strategy. No, I need a little bit more. Need like maybe 75, 85. 85 is good. So 85 is good. So this trade is now risk-free. We go straight now for this. So I got my money back. This is amazing. So guys, yeah, so best case scenario, I'm gonna print here again. Worst case scenario, I make like $10. So, but for now, we are pushing, and I see here the next short squeeze happening. So where's the short squeeze coming from? Here, this cluster currently, $105,600. Once we are tapping into this, we're gonna properly squeeze here to like 106, 107, $8,000, somewhere in that region here, because there, you see here, there's nothing. In that area here, from 106,400 to 107,500, there's absolutely nothing. There's thin air, and we're just gonna push through that. Yeah, maybe I look into Sonic in a moment. Now, the Bitcoin dominance is going to the downside. That's why some of the altcoins are moving now back to the upside, but they're not really moving. You see them moving today, but if you compare them like over the week or the last couple of days, they're actually still in a loss. But that doesn't mean that some of them, they are not moving, you know, so, and then we cannot make money on that. Now on the USDT dominance, this is getting rejected, which is perfect. That's what we want to see. Rejected from this downward sloping trend line here. And we want to see here follow through. So today we definitely want to see here a close around 5.2%. And then tomorrow, as I said yesterday, 5.17% and lower is what you want to see. Total free market cap breaking now the downward sloping trend line, because the USDT dominance is going down and getting rejected from her trend line. Here a break above will signal continuation to the $1 trillion mark. And that will then also happen way faster than many people are expecting. So here on Bybit, see my trade is running, $200 now in profit. I scaled this trade now to like 100x, but I cannot lose on this trade. I'm already here with my stop loss and profit. I will not tell you exactly how I did this so fast, but yeah, so this is what I'm doing here right now on Bybit. Also, if you want to trade on Bybit, there is a link in the description below. You get there $30,000 in sign-up bonuses, and I don't have my Bybit card here. You get also a Bybit card if your country is eligible for that, and 10% cashback on that Bybit card. Not to forget here. So Ethereum, our trade is now activated at $3,500. I think I set this up earlier, a new trade setup. Yeah, so I think that was a new one. Here, downward sloping trend line broken. Now we are moving in direction of the former trading range support level, which will act as resistance. I want to remind you about this. This will act as resistance here, $3,670 on the way up. But this is for us absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about this, because we will start then just to consolidate a little bit below this before you get another push then above that level here in direction to the mid-range, which is around the $4,000 mark. Then on the lower time frames, we are keeping to put in here higher lows. So that means we're in a bullish structure. I wanted to show you this on the lower time frame that you get a better perspective of this. And here we have also broken a key level, or flipped a key level, so to speak, and that was this one here, $3,500. As long as price remains to stay above $3,500, we're gonna get continuation. It doesn't matter if we fall below this downward sloping trend line here again. $3,500 is the level that you want to watch right now. And yeah, if we fall back down to this level, I would just add to my Ethereum trade that I have personally taken from $3,550 into the higher levels here. Then on the VPVR for Ethereum on the daily chart, here you can also see that there's a lot of confluence around the $3,800, $900 level. Here, this is the next big resistance cluster to the upside, starting here from $3,700 to $3,900 approximately. So, and that's why I'm saying when we get back into this mid-range, which is here the green area on this chart, and this downward sloping resistance line, you want to start to take some profits, because that is strong resistance, and I don't believe that Ethereum will have the strength to immediately push through that past $4,000. Also here on the daily chart, the RSI is starting to heat up. The stochastic has maybe another 2 days to push, but I think in like 2 days we're gonna get a short break, and that could be around this level here, while the MACD and the RSI are looking really, really bullish. Then Solana. Solana, again, was one of the trades that was given in the private group earlier today. Here you see why I had given it, because we're starting to break this down sloping trend line, start to push to the upside. I saw you on the 4-hourly chart, everything lining up for a push. And here, if you're most likely now too late, if you did not follow yesterday the trade that I had given, you need to wait for a retest of $158.60. So if we are coming back down here, enter. Otherwise, you need to wait for a break above here, that resistance area of 162 and $164 approximately. Let me see here, 20 minutes. I'm gonna have a quick look at Sonic. I also wanted to, let me see, what was the other coins here that I wanted to give you guys. ICP has broken resistance, that's nice. No, we're just gonna do Sonic quick. Go to a daily chart. Whoa, why do I just want to say, I knew I have here some stuff going on. Why is this here still a gradient? So here, Sonic. Oh wow, I see here a massive downward sloping trend line. That's why Sonic is not really moving. Look at this here. Look at this massive resistance line on Sonic. Yeah, there. So right now, I would definitely not try to get into Sonic here. There is a 4% move to that resistance. Oh wow, that's okay, a little bit more. A 10% move to that resistance. Intraday, yeah, you can trade this, but if you're looking for a swing position, I would not enter right now Sonic. Short-term trades into that resistance, yes, because there's like 10-12% that can be made here. With leverage, it's of course way more. But for a swing position, you need to wait for that break here of this downward sloping trend line. But then the next target is here 36 cents. So almost over a 2x is what we're talking about here to the upside once we're breaking the downward sloping trend line. And you should don't forget, we have massive shifts happening in the US right now. The government is opening up again. We have quantitative tightening stopping and quantitative easing happening soon. Plus inflation is coming down, so the altcoin season is not far away. You know, so you should not be surprised when you get now here like a 2 or 2.2x move in Sonic within like that the time frame that I would be looking at, not from now, but when it's happening, a matter of days. You know, so Sonic can make a move like that, like over a course of one single week. You know, so don't be surprised if something like this would be happening. Guys, I have to run again. I don't know what's going on with the views. Really not happy about this, but yeah, cannot change that. Can only try to keep making good content for you guys. But thank you so much for being here. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you again with more money tomorrow.